Tiffany Henyard is in a world of trouble with the feds coming in now. All hell is breaking loose on down there in Dalton. But they raided the Dalton Village, and she went to Facebook and said that there wasn't a raid. But the news was reporting that they went in there and they started subpoenaing. They started to issue subpoenas for certain records. WGN is reporting that she spent over $100,000 last year in trips alone. And the township is now trying to figure out how was money spent from their tax dollars to pay for trips that go on in Dalton when they have nothing to do with Dalton. Man, it's getting real spicy. It's getting real spicy out there. She's been kind of quiet, but she's been talking on her Facebook, putting a lot of Jesus stuff on there and putting a lot of videos about the haters, and it's just a whole bunch of stuff about overcoming and how the haters are going to pay. She has a whole bunch of foolishness just going on her Facebook page. But the feds wants to know how this money was spent on these trips. If y'all don't believe me, check this out.
WGN Investigates has new details on a South suburban politician's taste for travel. It's costing taxpayers a lot of money with few details about how it benefits the communities she serves. FBI agents arrived at Village Hall on Friday to serve subpoenas for the employment records of more than a dozen Dalton employees. Tiffany Henyard is the mayor of Dalton. She is also the supervisor of Thornton Township. Credit card records show Henyard and her team have charged taxpayers more than $102,000 for trips they've taken in the past year. That includes a stay at the Four Seasons in Atlanta and a $13,000 hotel tab in New York City. Township taxpayers also paid for a trip to Las Vegas, in which a Dalton trustee is accused in a civil lawsuit of sexual misconduct with one of Henyard's aides. The group was in Sin City to attend a conference that connects retailers with communities for potential projects. But several South suburban mayors tell WGN Investigates the township doesn't play any role in economic development, so they have no idea why township taxpayers picked up that bill. Henyard's team has refused to say how all the travel benefited residents. You can read the full story at WGNTV.com/investigates.
So we've been reporting on a lot of things that's been going down in Dalton. We've talked about how she tried to raise taxes in the township for people to pay for mental health issues. What's going on. She was trying to get this referendum passed. But remember, certain mayors of the township, because she's not only the mayor of Dalton, she's also the supervisor of the township that runs multiple cities, right? And these mayors came out against her, and they urged the residents of the township to strike this referendum down, and don't vote for it. Check this out.
Hey, it's the election going on. For those that don't know, please get out and vote. The election is tomorrow, Tuesday, and it starts at 6 a.m. until 7 p.m. So make sure you get out and cast your vote, because believe it or not, your vote do matter. So make sure you go and punch this Democrat ticket that I'm going to show you, okay? Next, the one that I'm really big on, mental health. Mental health is huge. A lot of people don't like to talk about that, and I'm saying support the mental health referendum.
But we all know things didn't go too well, because y'all remember when this happened right here.
One issue that represents a relatively small group of people in the south suburbs is a tax to support new mental health services to be offered by Thornton Township. It would have added about $42 to a $100,000 home. Not too controversial, right? But it is in this case because Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard has faced an onslaught of criticism after our reporting on her lavish spending on first-class travel, meals at high-end restaurants, and claims that she retaliates against her critics. In fact, this tax that was on the ballot to support mental health services, 11 of 17 South suburban mayors came out against it. They essentially said, vote no, we don't trust what Tiffany Henyard will do with the money.
Okay, and apparently people listen, because look at this. This is the result tonight from that. 38% of the people voted yes, but the 62%, that's what counts, voting no, saying they do not support that referendum for Thornton Township mental health.
So the residents of the township end up listening to their mayors. and they didn't support it. See, you see that 60% of the people said no. So she got so upset that she started disrespecting the residents. Check this out. This is her in real form, and while the F.E.D.S is there, while Lori Lightfoot is there, while the people are so disgruntled, this is how she actually talks to the residents. Check this out.
As it relates to the referendum question, the thing that the gentleman spoke about, it's a shame that people are so brainwashed, hoodwinked, and led astray that they will sit here and say, oh, I'm glad we voted down. That's a shame. I feel bad for you. You should be ashamed that you are sitting here commending something that we need for our Black and brown communities. When you guys come here to Thornton Township, you asked me to help you with mental illness. We still have that. I don't care what nobody told y'all. It still exists here at Thornton Township. Just because certain people that weren't doing their job or that were just sitting here, what they call ghost payroll, don't work here no longer, does not mean we do not offer those services to Thornton Township residents. We do. Prime example, case and stuff. We had an incident with Calumet City, the Chargers, the football team. They went to a game. A whole shooting happened right in front of our kids' eyes. Guess who they called? It wasn't the mayor. It wasn't any of the mayors, for that matter, that signed that letter saying don't vote for mental illness. They called who? Supervisor Tiffany Henyard.
But if it couldn't get any worse, you have her top aide, Keith Freeman. And as you guys saw, Keith Freeman has warrants. He has or had warrants all over the country. He's been in and out of cities doing all kinds of stuff. So now Keith Freeman's at the forefront of this indictment because he was the first ball to drop. This is what happened.
Officials in South Suburban Dalton facing a rush of lawsuits and investigations. Federal prosecutors accuse Keith Freeman of making false statements in his bankruptcy petition. Freeman currently serves as village administrator and as municipality manager of Thornton Township.
There has been several times that we have gone back and forth and we have talked about being able to get past all of this.
The indictment alleges that Freeman made several false statements and omissions in the bankruptcy petition filed in January. It says he knowingly underreported income he derived from his employment, as well as fees he received from his private consulting business. Freeman has not been arraigned, and the village declined to comment.
So we go from Keith Freeman over to Andrew Holmes. And these are all the people that was a part of her regime. I mean, this is the company that she was keeping. And you wonder why the F.E.D.S is there on the ground. Check out Andrew Holmes.
Holmes has been a familiar face in Chicago for years, well known for his work as a community activist helping crime victims and police. But now Holmes is being accused of a crime himself, sexual assault, in a civil lawsuit filed by a former employee of the village of Dalton and a Dalton police officer. In addition to his work as a community activist, Holmes serves as a trustee for the village of Dalton. The civil lawsuit against the village of Dalton, Thornton Township, Tiffany Henyard, and Holmes himself alleges that Holmes sexually assaulted a Dalton Village employee who we're not naming because of the nature of the alleged.
Then we get to Stephanie Weiderman. She was actually fired by Tiffany Henyard. And she did an interview on Hannibal is Hungry, where she voiced her displeasure and basically talked about her experience with Tiffany Henyard. Like this, this thing is crazy, man. Like it's going to end bad, man. It's going to end bad. But let's listen to Tiffany Weiderman. Check this out.
Situation when she finally said, you know, this is not going to work out, and you had to leave.
We had a meeting. In that meeting, I lightly briefed her on, you know, what was kind of in the making and what the prior administration had been working on. And then in that conversation, she just kind of sat back and she said, you know, you're not part of my team and I don't trust you. So you're obviously not going to have this job anymore. So which job do you want?
Well, this isn't going to end well, man. I mean, because the crazy thing is we've been reporting on this for some time now. We've been reporting on this for a while. And like I said, we've talked about her podcast, Tiffany Henyard on the Move, and how she's disrespected residents, you know, when she wouldn't renew their licenses. Like I said, they had the fire police chief that's come out from Florida. He's down in Florida now with a new job. He's basically giving an insight on what's going on down there on the ground. We have Alexis Wilson's parents speaking. There was another woman whose husband was down, you know what I mean, down there in the city of Dalton. There's disgruntled residents that's coming to the trustee meetings, and they have very fiery comments towards the mayor, Tiffany Henyard. It's really crazy, man. Like I said, you have former employees that was locked out of offices, and the whole time, people all over the country has been watching this, and it's just a whole dog and pony show at this point, man. And it's going to get worse. And as the feds really start to uncover, we're going to have more to talk about. But I'm going to cut it short here. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Support my content. Make sure you guys are supporting. My 501c3 Urban Nerds, man. This is my nonprofit we have for inner city youth. Support. Like I said, you guys can go to www.Urban Nerds Worldwide. You'll see our website. This is Hakeem. This is our nerd. He got his book bag on. He got his sneaks on. He on his way to school. You know, this is our part of our clothing line, but you guys can support us. We're a STEM organization, and like I said, we're trying to get these children right here in the city of Philadelphia, and hopefully we can expand. But go to www.Urban Nerds Worldwide. You can donate there through PayPal or Venmo, or you can support us also through our Cash App, as you can see right here. But support the movement, man. We on the ground trying to make moves, trying to expand. And like I said, you guys, this is Hakeem right here, and this is one of our hoodies. But if you made it this far, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.